Imagine for a moment that an invading army had come in, had defeated us, and had taken away our children. They had taken them off back into their home country. And we come to find out that not only had this terrible defeat happen, not only had this dramatic loss happen where our children were now gone, but we hear that this empire is a very pagan empire. They worship a different God. Not only do they worship a different God, they take our children and the names that they were given, they rename them to be names that praise their pagan gods. What kind of questions would be going through your head right now? What kind of concerns would you be having right now? I think we would probably all be wondering, where is God? Why is this happening to us? Is he not able to protect us? Can you imagine in the mind of the pagan military who had come in and had won this battle, what they would be thinking? Is their God even worth following if he can't protect his own people? It's almost a blessing that they would come and take our children and put them under a king and under a system of gods that could protect them. That's what they would be thinking. I hope you join us starting this Sunday. We're going to be going through a series on the book of Daniel. It will take us a couple of months. We've just been going through a series on the gospel at work and talking about what is God's purpose for work, how does his purpose fit with his mission, how does the workplace fit into God's mission for reaching all peoples. For a lot of you, I know you feel a concern about where you work, the politics of the state, the company culture and politics that are there. And we can often wonder the question, where is God? Why is this happening? Is God able to save? Is he sovereign? It's easy to think about God being sovereign and us to be excited about that when everything is going the right way, when everything is going well. And yet, when things are not, that is when it's hard to think about God's sovereignty, that he is Lord over everything, that he is king, that he is in control. And yet, this is exactly what happens in the book of Daniel. It's a book about God's sovereignty. With the defeat of his people and them being carried off into Israel, it's an ironic conversation to be having. And yet, God isn't just sovereign over the land of Israel. He is sovereign over all kings and all peoples and all places and all times. And that is what the book of Daniel is about. It tells it through the lens of Daniel and his friends, but then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So I believe this is going to be a very interesting study as we go through the book of Daniel and just think about what is the example that Daniel and his friends set for us today of how can we survive, how can we live, how can we thrive under what might be an oppressive political system or work system or social system. I think that is what we are going to get out of this study, so I hope you'll join us this Sunday.